Hello and welcome to part number 29 of Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom No Death playthrough. Today we're going to be ascending, or rather rising up to the Wind Temple. At least that's my goal here, so without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and reach our quest objective. Again, this is one of those things that I've forgotten how to do, so bear with me as I try to figure out the quest chain. And any second now, if I could activate my... No, that's not the direction we're going. That is it. Yeah, that's the Rito village right there, so that's where we're supposed to go. And I'm losing verticality fast, despite covering great distance. This was the former perch of the divine beast Wa Meadow, and may I just say, Wa Meadow was the best of the 4 divine beasts according to my opinion. It was the perfect weapon, an aerial weapon. It spawned all sorts of sentries. It has the ability to strafe enemies from up top and acts as a huge helicarrier. It's just incredible. But yet we're not here for that. Instead we're here for this location right here. So let's try to reach this as best as we can. See if I can ascend here. And there was an ascension point. Well, that person got scared. And is that our token? No. Higher still, I suppose. Okay, right there. And cutscene. Tulin goes away, and that's Tiba, the guy who helped us in the last game. He's now the elder. I suppose the old one passed away, or gave up the reins to him. Tiba was another one of the Rito we met in Breath of the Wild, but he's grown up now. As I said, 6 years have passed. Okay, that's fine. He's gonna go make himself... he's trying to get on top of the Wind Temple himself. And so we're gonna try to get to his location on our own. Alright, and so that's our... Okay, so that's where we have to go next, I suppose. So let's see here. Severe blizzard, leaving in crisis, no information. You asked Harith at nearby lodge. And that's where we have to go. So let's go ahead and do that. We should be able to make it. You can sort of hear that classic Wind Waker theme, I suppose. It's the Colgera boss music. It's incredible. I love it. And here's a Vizorobe. You do not want to engage it. Oh yeah, and this guy who helps the Hudsons. Alright, so let's see if we can reach here. Oh, lots of wood. Why not? That's the guy I would imagine. Or Misa. Maybe it's this guy.
Ah.
Oh, there he is, Hearth. And I think he was in the last game too.
Oh. Oh. Ah.
So you're supposed to go to the next location. So another bonfire, and that's where we go. So I'm trying to figure out what the best way to do this is. Thinking of constructing a Zonai device. Let me get on top here. Because there are enemies here that I do not wish to engage with. Alternatively, I do have 14 rockets, so maybe something like this. These are the bonfires. I suppose we may as well pick up that shrine. Oops. Okay, so let's see. We'll have to do this the orthodox way, I suppose. We're no longer doing our own thing. And this is one of the first quests in the game, so this is one of those things which the game kind of holds your hand on. Like, okay, hey, go to this objective, go to here, go to here. This was, I think, when the developers worked on the temples. This was the first temple they worked on. There's interesting cutscenes that you don't see in any other temple or boss fights. And so it makes me think that this is the first one they worked on. They put effort into this. The others, they kind of left it up to you to figure out. Which is... I like the latter approach. Because it kind of... It kind of leaves it up to the player to figure out how and what to do. Okay, so that's the location. That's kind of how we did everything in Breath of the Wild too, so I do enjoy that. I think this is the guy that we were supposed to talk to.
Oh? Oh. Ah.
So Tulin's gonna be up here. Can use this. No, that's not where I intended to go. Okay, I see what the issue is. Horribans, I do not need these guys right now. Okay. Let's put on the best gear. Oh, and by the way, should not need to take that damage. By the way, I also took some hardy base food here. Okay, so he's hell bent on getting to us. I suppose we shall also engage it in combat. Thank you. We have... Okay, that's fine. We can use the... Oh, you're supposed to use the Hylian Pinecone over here, I think. Ignite a fire, use the Hylian Pinecone to ascend, but... we got our own rockets. Oh gosh. That was not very good. We did hit the surface there. And Tulin is in a really weird spot. I don't know why he would do this. Oh, I'll take that. Although I've yet to use these. That's our second person here. That away he went. Please follow him. Great, great, great. Oops. Bright cap. Another item that I haven't really been using. Okay. And it's checking to see that I indeed did have a Hylian pine cone here. So I could have ignited those with the flint out and just made the work. Make the draft work upwards that way. Okay, there's our guy. Somewhere here. Okay, I guess he's up top there. Bokoblins here, not fun. Thinking of equipping this before I talk to him. Where are you, buddy? Not here. This is where you're supposed to be. Higher still. What did he say? Sorry. Unless you're supposed to engage the monsters. Oops. Lovely. Get up, Link. There's a mini talus there. Oh, there he is. Perfect. So I was on the right track. Okay. So before I proceed further, I'm just going to drop a few rockets. And fuse each of them because there is a fight coming, I think. And I really don't wish to stay low and fight. Oh yeah, he took his bow and he wants his bow back. So we'll have to fight in the air. Again, fetch quests as part of the main quest line. Again, this is like this quest chain. It's so made for like journalists, gaming journalists who don't have time to play but are somehow given the critique to playing the game. Like, what a privilege, and then again they just kind of abuse that privilege. Okay, so this is where we're supposed to land. Fairly certain. Oops. There he is. There you go. So got him. He'll get his bow back. And now there's going to be another cutscene of a bunch of enemies approaching at you. Like, these are easy guys. And I want a unique cutscene for that. Like, this goes to show you that the game was still being in the early stages of development. These are bokoblins. Who cares about these guys? Nobody cares about these guys. There you go. That took them out. Okay, we don't care. At this point, I think we just needed to ascend up. And the method I have picked to ascend Oh gosh, more cutscenes. I do not need this. Again, this is very reminiscent of just early game development. As I said, it's just a waste of time. Like all this verbiage, all this dialogue, it's more for story stuff. Like we don't really need that. You don't get this level of story in depth with the other temples. Okay, Sidon, just activate him. It's a bunch of talking. Go up, reach there. That's it. This is like just unnecessary talking. Talk to this, talk to this, talk to this, talk to this, and then you go up there. Again, early game, you're meant to come here with 3 hearts and basically no shrines completed or whatever you've completed along the way, and you're supposed to. The game's just kind of feeding you information at this point, guiding you, holding your hand, and all that. Like, okay, now go up, use a send, do this, do that. And that's for the most part what this is all about. Excuse me for that rant there. But let's see. Sky Islands above Hebra, we saw that. Okay, perfect. Now, at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and build my... Oops, sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and build my glider, the Spider-Man glider. And I may lose this, in which case I'll just rebuild another one. I have a bunch of materials. I have fans, I have a steering stick, and I have sufficient battery, I think. How much battery do I have? I have, okay, 2 and 1/3. So we're gonna go ahead and take it, and we have a bunch of large zonai charges as well. I did farm a few of those along the way, so there's a bunch of those as well that we have. So we're gonna start off by just we're gonna try not wasting this as much as we can. So we're gonna try by getting on top of that mountain there. So you're supposed to get on top of this mountain and then fly, but there's enemies here, so I wonder if I should just keep ascending. Perhaps I will just keep ascending. In which case, we use this large zonai charge. The first that we have. There is a shrine here. Wondering if I should take it or not. It's gonna be a waste of precious battery. Assuming that the battery actually lasts. Okay, it's actually almost, well, I mean, I have more, but that's fine. Oh, okay. He actually stops you. Interesting. Ooh, that was close. Okay, so just park this here so that this doesn't get lost. Again, I can build more if I so desire, but we'll stick with this. Okay, what next? Where is Tulin? Is he still on the... Oh gosh, don't tell me. Oh well, I have this shrine registered, so I can always come back here. Just trying to see if he's still down there by the mountain. Don't tell me. Because technically you're supposed to start from here. Yep, there he is. Gosh, no?
Oh?
Huh, weird. So we keep ascending. Well, where's Tulin? This is so odd. I have lost Tulin. Maybe in efforts to skip everything, I have... Because the dialogue did pop up there. Of course, my device is gone. Eesh. Okay. No, I mean, the quest marker is still on the... The quest marker is still on the Sky Island, so... Yeah, it's up there, so there's no way. That should still be okay. Maybe he's higher still. Here is higher up still, so maybe we'll try to ascend. We'll keep ascending. I just don't want to waste my battery in case I do end up ascending really far high up and I have to leave it. Again, a lot of these fetch quests where you take the follower with you, they're just, I mean, they're annoying. I don't like it. Because the NPCs have their own mind and you have to follow them, and they can't really, you can't really do your own thing. Which is why when I was doing all these hunts, the Great Gleeok hunt and the Lionel hunt that I was doing, that was far better for me because I was doing my own thing. Didn't have any NPCs to kind of distract me. I think we just keep going up. Basically, you're inside the storm. You're supposed to go through to the eye of the storm. And let's see if we can try to land here. We'll need to use some of this. Just gonna charge some here. Yeah, I kind of figured it would happen. What level is he? Pretty high level, seems like. Okay, let me... make sure to switch back to this. That was just to kind of recharge our battery. And that's that. See if we can land here to recharge our battery once more. Hopefully there's no hole there. Okay. That was a much better landing spot. The battery does take a while to recharge. And we don't have much battery, that's the reason. Okay, we have liftoff again. And let's see where we can reach off to again after this. Maybe that one? And it's unbearably cold, so we'll switch on over to this. And some Zonai charges, just small ones would do. And can we land? I wonder if there's another shrine up here, other than just that one. I think at this point we could, if we so desired, ascend all the way. Rise, I should say, not ascend, rise all the way up to the heart of the storm. So just be careful with the wind and everything. You're not supposed to do this method, you're supposed to jump across all the sailboats, as it were. But I've taken this method. And that should fully recharge that. It's pretty far high up now. This method does save quite a lot of time. where normally to get to the top of the eye of the storm, it would take you a while jumping through all these boats and you may fall down. The currents will blow you around. I mean, it's still blowing me around, but it's a whole lot better. And then, of course, as you get on top of this, sort of the map will change. Any second now. There it is. That's the eye. Making sure that I'm doing this right. There it is. Yeah, I think he's right there. So that's the Wind Temple. It's a legendary Stormwind Arc. Very well designed again. Or not. I'd assumed he would be here. Yeah, figured. Okay. Must have done something wrong. That's unfortunate. Where is Tool then? Above Hebra Peak. Interesting. Okay, we may have to descend. Oh. Never mind. I guess you can't really exit this area. Alright, that's okay. As I said, I mean, this is a good demonstration of how to reach the Wind Temple. Regardless, I may have missed a step or two. Once I catch up with Tulin, I will ascend again. Likely won't record that part because I've kind of already done it. So yeah, I think I've messed up something. That's okay. Hebra Peak. So it must be here somewhere then. So that's what you're supposed to do. I guess not. He did make a comment that he saw Princess Zelda. Nothing beneath here though. I mean, I guess I could go there. Is that him? That's the other guy. This is really interesting. Okay, I'm gonna pause and I'll be right back once I've located Tulin. Okay, so I have found Tulin. He was here by the shrine and I climbed all the way up top there, so very frustrating, very annoying. All these fetch quests, I mean, I swear. It's gonna make a comment of the boat. Again, just teaching you, like, why? So, this is the part which is infuriating. I wish the NPCs would just follow you all the way to the top. Now they'll say, come, 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 come. Like, I shall do this again and see where best I can reach. Yeah, it's not hard to figure out. Tulin. Okay, thank God. Let's see. Alright. Alright, so now he's your proper companion. Now that he's glowing like that. At this point in time, if I were to fast travel, I think he would be there right beside me. Unless I abandon this quest. So from here on out, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Zonai device to ascend again and reach the Wind Temple. And once I'm at the Wind Temple, I shall join again, and we'll see you then. And we're almost at the Eye of the Storm again, and this time we've got Tulin with us. And everything else went exactly as before. We got on top of the Eye of the Storm, and no issues happened or occurred this time around, so I'm glad for that. And here we can enter the Wind Temple again. This time with our sage. And we'll have a cutscene here. Since Tulin is here, it will trigger some sort of special effect. I think he'll see Zelda here. There she is. It's interesting that... Anyway. I'll finish that thought later. So with this, with Tulin by our side, this will open for us. I assumed that he would just be on the top there, just like Sidon was, but... As I said, like Sidon knew his way, he does not, so... It's being trapped at that one specific location. We decided we'll go up, and we should have gone up. Anyway. Enough about that. So we have to open these 5 doors here. We're stuck. And there's something that is keeping us stuck, so we'll have to open on the locks associated with that.
Brave fledgling. There are still 5 locks securing the hatch
Okay, so
on the
there's
deck.
5. In the Water Temple there are 4.
Use your power to release all 5 locks, and the hatch should open.
Great. So now we know. There they are.
Heed my words.
Loud and clear. Perfect. Okay. So this is something, and I think now we can glide. Yes, there you go. Glide up if you wanted to. At this point, I'm going to call it a part and continue this in the next part, as we have this place registered so we can fast travel here whenever we want to. I don't think there's anything else I need, so I'll just split this in parts just to kind of make the video a little bit shorter. But so that's basically it. The ascent to, or the rise to the Wind Temple, it's fairly straightforward. Again, I use the Zonai device. The intended way is to actually jump from one arc to another and then reach it that way. Nice shot. See, this is why I like Tulin. He is really good with that, except just, again, he's a follower, he's an NPC, so he can't really do much about it. But unlike Sidon, he has range attack and he will attack and cover for you. He also has a really nice gust attack, so you can just keep gliding farther, which is really good. His abilities are really good to have when going through the Sky Islands. So yeah, so that's that. Leave it at that. Hopefully you found something of value there, despite knowing that it was frustrating for me to get up there. And thank you so very much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.